Oh, I got a story for you. It's going to get you a little upset. It's the story of Leon Brown and Henry McCollum. They're out of North Carolina in Robeson County. They were convicted of a crime they didn't commit. They have just been freed. And that's a great thing that these two men, these two middle-aged men at this point, one 46, the other 50, who were convicted of rape and murder of an 11-year-old child by the name of Sabrina Buie back in 1983. It's great that they're released now, that they can, breathe clean air and, enjoy their lives and sue North Carolina for every damn penny they can get. But the bottom line is these men were innocent a long time ago. See, there's DNA evidence that said these two young men at the time, 1983, when one was 15 and the other was 19, they didn't do it. But the cops had evidence. They had evidence for 30 years. They had two young men who were from a poor family, half-brothers from a poor family, who couldn't afford good counsel, who were, some say, I think they said, mentally challenged, who supposedly confessed to raping and murdering a woman that they hadn't. So it brings us to the question of how just is our legal system. When I tell people, look, man, don't talk to cops. If you have information about a crime, give it to them. But if you don't know anything, shut up and do not let them in your house, because they're not there to be your friend. They are there to find a crook. And if you're not the crook, you ain't doing nothing but wasting their time anyway. And you don't want to be one of those accidents like Mr. McCollum, Mr. Brown, or maybe like Jonathan Fleming in New York, who spent over 33 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Not only could he not have done it because he's not a magician, he was in another state when it happened. He had receipts to that effect. For some reason, counsel couldn't prove his case. Spent 30 years in jail. Mr. McCollum spent 20 years on death row. 20 years on death row. Which brings up another issue. When are you people going to realize that the death penalty is unjust? I can show you statistic after statistic. How people with money somehow don't get sentenced for execution. I can show you statistics that prove the jurors, they tend to send blacks and Latinos off to get the lethal injection. And other people, white guys, they tend to just give them life in prison. I mean, I could show you these stats. I know it sounds cool and gung-ho to say, kill everybody, kill them. Yeah, if we could do it fairly, and if I knew it was happening fairly, that we weren't playing favorites, maybe I could agree with it. But since I know it's not true, and we got cases like this that happen. Cases like this where the wrong people been convicted, been sitting in jail for 30-something years. Could drop dead tomorrow. Whole lives missed. Because of a system that convicted them for crimes they didn't commit. One, waiting to die. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. It's not a conservative nor a liberal issue, nor a libertarian issue. This is a human rights issue. I'm just trying to wake you up, make you realize that. Mr. McCollum, Mr. Brown, please enjoy your time as free men. Please spend your money wisely. Oh, no. Spend a lot of it unwisely. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just suggesting that you enjoy every minute, every waking minute. And I'm so sorry for the time that you lost. Mr. Fleming, I'm sure you're out there enjoying your time. Counselor for the Fleming, young man who contacted me a few months back when I first did the story of Mr. Fleming. Please send Mr. Fleming my regards. I'm sure he's too busy to watch YouTube. He should be on a big boat. The Fleming. By now, anyway. At least that's what I hope. All right, folks. You know what time it is. It's time for the Barstool Podcast with your own Tim Black, a.k.a. Tim the Bartender. That's going to go down Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when I upload it. It's going to be streamable. You can download it. You can do whatever you want to do. Right? I'm flexible with that. And the topics will include relationships. It will be up-to-date news stuff, some news articles that are very interesting. And it's all going to be delivered with comedy. Right? We're going to keep it light on the podcast. Right? So enjoy, be there. And look, if you're not there, if you don't check it out, I'm going to take that kind of person. All right? Shout out to the Funky Guitars on the music. Funky Guitars, go check him out on SoundCloud. See you Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Barstool Podcast.